Nigeria Info.
The nation's number one talk station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. It's another Thursday, and we call it Health Thursday here on this dial because we discuss health and health-related matters, okay? It doesn't have to be strictly health. Anything that has to do with mental well-being, health, anything about health generally, we talk about on a Thursday. I'm Sheriff Quadry. It's always a pleasure to know that you are there. Today we are looking at delayed speech in children, and that's because I got we had done this before quite a number of times. Then I got another request. I got like 3 or 4 requests from parents out there who had questions, and I said, okay, you know what? If I can get 3-4 requests, that means there's a lot that people still need answers to. So I said, let's do this again, and we tried to schedule it for today, and we're here now. Feel free to join our conversation. If you've got questions, if you have questions as to why your child, hasn't started speaking or saying words or clearly or anything at all, any speech defect whatsoever, we'll take those questions as well. I have with me the head of speech pathology and special education department, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba. I think that's in Oshodi, right?
Yeah, annex. No Oshodi.
The annex is in Oshodi, okay.
It's still the same thing with Yaba Psychiatric.
Okay, great. Mrs. Temitope Amodu is here. You just heard her voice. Good morning to you, madam.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Thank you for joining us today. And thank you for making it down here all the way from Ikorodu. It shows the love you have for kids. Thank you for joining us. Lagos, if you got questions, please start sending them in because I'm going to make this about you, owing to the reason why we're here. It's because you have questions and lots of them. So please start sending them in so we can get to it as quickly as possible. Let me start with the basics, right? At what point should a child start saying something? At what point should a parent expect his or her child to say something? In other words, I'm saying that what is delayed speech in children?
Okay, that's a good one. It is the joy of every parent to have a child that will be talking to them, to communicate to them on daily basis. They want to know what it feels like for their child to be talking. You understand? Because like we are doing now, we are communicating.
That's right.
And we are trying to share ideas, our feelings, everything together now. So, and when you now talk about this speech development in children, it comes naturally with the normal childhood developmental growth. So, but when there is an issue, when there is an error, when a parent feels my child is not talking very well at a certain age, probably from 18 months, we have stages of speech development in children.
Okay. So
from 18 months, you should expect the child to start babbling, to be saying audible things to you, like for water, tata, mama, dada, or instead of having a full sentence, the child will say take. For I want to take something, the child will tell you take. But when you now notice that your child is not developing or is not producing these speech sounds correctly, then there's an error somewhere. Then there's a delay, or you feel your child is not talking at 3 years, and then you can say is a delayed talker. So all these things are the noticeable signs you see in a child that will make you feel like, oh, there is a delayed speech in this child.
Once the child is 18
months.
18 months.
Yeah, 18 months to 24 months.
The child should be blabbing.
Babbling, producing audible sounds that are meaningful to the immediate environment. Yes.
And at what point would you say that it's now delayed?
From 3 years.
From 3 years. What are the milestones before then, from that 18 months to 3 years?
18, 24 to
36.
Yes.
Once your child is lacking or anything. But another thing is, could there be a delayed speech development and then the child picks up much later on, or once it's 3 years and the child is not,
Yes, those ones tends to fall on the aspect of late talkers.
Okay.
They could be probably there's nobody to interact with in the family,
Okay.
or we have an history of that in the family. So you see some grandparent, they will tell you, even the father talks at the age of 4 years, 3 years, things like that. Or there are other childhood developmental disorders that are occurring in that child. Or there are other associated disorders that can cause the speech delay in that child too.
What are those disorders? Let's start from there. That could result, or that could hinder, or that could hamper a child speaking at the right time. What are those associated disorders? That once a parent sees, you don't think that your child has a problem. Once you see those disorders, you know that, okay, this could be the reason why.
Presently, we cannot really say this is the right cause. The real causes for speech disorder is unknown for now, but it can be linked to some other things.
Okay.
Like for a child having a cleft palate, that's a cut or an opening in the mouth anywhere. Then for hearing loss, the child is not hearing very well. It can cause a speech disorder in that child. Then we have brain injury, intellectual disability. That one can also cause speech disorder in that child too. And like I've said, if there's an history of speech defect in the family, it can also cause speech disorder too. So we can't really say this is the right causes for this delayed speech in a child. So, and even for some mothers, we tend to have the use of drug abuse,
Oh.
Yes. Psychoactive substances during pregnancy. So
by the mother?
Yeah, by the mother. So you can't really say this is the actual cause of all these things. So all we need to do is to provide treatments and therapy plans to work on these clients.
At what point should a parent say, okay, I need to take my child for treatment?
Yes, 24 months. That's 2 years. Yes. Or when you feel your child is not developing alongside with other peers.
Okay.
Yeah, if you like mothers, they will be telling you, Kunle is now talking very well. I don't know why my own child is not talking. And if you feel your child seems to be delayed in one or two things that he's supposed to have learned, so you can say, oh, there's something wrong. Then you need to see an expert so that they can find solution or tell you what you can do to that.
Is there a connection between feeding during childbirth? Is there a connection between that and the child talking at the right time? Let's say the mother, gave birth to the child, but then she couldn't breastfeed for some reason or the other at the appropriate time. Could that affect the child developing pretty well?
No, I don't really think so. There are some children that their mother, they didn't even meet up to see their mother.
Right.
And they are doing well. You understand? I don't really think so. So far, I've not, I don't really think so. So it's natural. Speech comes on its own.
Yeah.
So with feeding, though there are some with adequate diet, it will also improve the cognitive level. So, but for you to say feeding will result into speech defect or delay, I don't really think
How does speech therapy work? Because at 24 months, what can therapies do to a child at 24 months?
At 24 months, well, it's not about the therapist alone now. Even the parents are inclusive.
Okay.
You understand? At 24 months, when they come to us, we still advise them. We'll tell them to keep talking to their children. Then they should sing and encourage imitation of sounds and gestures, Sometimes they will tell you, hey, he's not talking, but he can point to things. Oh, that's a good one. That child is trying to use alternative means for communication. You understand? You can tell them that's a good one, then you keep doing. But they will tell you, no, they want that child to talk. Having forgotten the fact that, okay, they are seeing some noticeable signs in this child that they need to calm down.
Yeah.
So we just tell them, then we'll tell them, okay, we'll start therapy plan for your child. Let's see what is happening. But before everything or anything can be done, you need to go for thorough assessment. We'll reevaluate that child. Let's see what is happening. We'll now put on a treatment plan so that we'll know the best plan to suit your child. Because speech therapy comes in different forms.
Okay.
What might be wrong with Taiwo will be different from what is wrong with Kehinde. So you have to make sure you assess starting from the baseline so that you can get the accurate therapy treatment for that child.
Another thing is, my phone lines are buzzing. Another area that I want us to look at is there are some children. It's not that they are not talking. They are talking. But they're not just talking as much as their peers. Their peers could maybe be able to string words together, a complete sentence. Their own could be disjointed. Is that also speech delay?
Yeah, it's also one. Not really a speech delay. We're having what we call expressive language delay there now.
Okay.
That is when a child finds it difficult to bring 2 or 3 sentences together, now produce it out to form a meaningful words instead of speaking monosyllably now. So that is expressive language delay. The child understands virtually everything you are saying.
Yeah.
But when it comes to communication, to tell you this is what I want, Mom, this is a red bag. The child just tells you red or point to the bag to complete the sentence. That is on the expressive skill aspect now.
Is there a connection between that? I mean, can a child, start developing his speech, late? Then eventually result into that.
Yes, it will result into expressive language delay when a child's speech sound is being developed lately. So it will be difficult for that child to have accurate expression.
How can such a child get help, either from home or speech therapist professionals?
Yeah, it's still the same thing we are saying. That is why we are there for them as a speech and language therapists, to help them. The child will have to be placed on therapy sessions, either 15 to 20 hours for 60 minutes in a week. You understand? And we'll try to evaluate, diagnose the real type of speech defect that child is having. If you are not talking well, if you're having a pronunciation problem, that's a type of speech defect. You understand? Like we have said earlier on, if a child is finding it difficult to express his or herself, that's a type, another one under language. You understand?
Yeah.
Then when a child talks and the tongue is being thrust out, that's another type.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So that is why assessment must come in. You have to have a proper diagnosis for the type of speech defect you are working on before you can now put up your treatment plan for that child. So having done that, you now tell the parents that, okay, we want you to continue to work up on these areas for us.
Right. So let's hear from parents this morning. 0700 993 993 993. And please, if you got questions for us, would want you to please go straight to the point so we can take in as many questions as possible, because that's why we're here this morning. So feel free to call us 0700 993 993 993. That is 0700 993 993 993. You can send in your thoughts via WhatsApp. WhatsApp number is 0809 597 5805 on WhatsApp. Twitter is there as well at Nigeria Info FM on Twitter. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so it's easy. Just drop your comments there and I will come take your questions. Just search for Nigeria Info 99.3 on those platforms and we'll be with you. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, please.
My name is Said Arashid.
You're welcome.
I just want to contribute to the program based on the parent support in the child speech.
Go on, please.
My baby is 1.5 years old now.
Okay.
But I noticed that from child, let's say something like 6 months, I used to play some educational rhymes to him.
Okay.
But now, when it's 1 year and 3 months, even when when I'm playing that particular rhymes, when it's got to, if you're happy and clap your hands, if you clap and make a sound of bah, bah, by himself.
Okay.
So, but now I can see he's talking, but just blah, 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 something, not that he's talking speechly. All I need to contribute is that I think parents also should support in any way to communicate with children. And whenever they're even blabbing, I think if parents can have time to blab along with them. Because when it's blabbing, I blab along with them, it talks as if you are communicating. That's my contribution.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Appreciate it. He spoke about the importance of parents' role in helping their kids to be able to catch up. Let's take another call quickly. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning to you, sir.
Wow, it's wonderful. This is the first time calling your station.
It's good to have you here.
Yes, please. Okay, my name is Victor. I have a son, like 6 years old.
Okay.
We're having delay. He's having delay speech. Like if he's talking, now he can make sentences, but his words are not clear.
Okay.
So I don't really know what the problem could be. Probably maybe it's fat because he's a very fat child. He has weight.
Okay.
If you see him, he looks like 15 years old of his age.
Okay.
But why is just like he's 6 years old.
Okay.
So
But his words are not clear.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Okay. Well, my guess will attend to that. Let me take Loretta is also here, so let me take Loretta. Then would attend to all those questions. Good morning to you, Loretta.
Hi, good morning, Sherry.
Good morning.
Hi, Mrs. Amodu. Good morning. I'm sure she might not remember me. It's been long. Remember, I called. Sherry, remember when I called about when there was on your show, on cerebral palsy? I said I lost my child.
Yeah, you said so.
Yeah. Then Mrs. Amodu, if you can remember, late Dancho.
Oh, yes. That's a nice one. It's a
How
long
you
time.
doing, ma?
I'm fine.
No, they are doing wonderfully well there. Miss Amodu is a good hand.
I know, right?
I'm not saying it because she's here. She worked closely with my late son then. But, because it was not the primary cause of his illness. It was cerebral. It had an injury to the brain.
Yeah.
Like what she was trying to say, there are a lot of things that can cause it.
Right.
So that's part of it. So I just want to encourage parents out there who have similar situations to look out to these organizations to go. And our government, they should give us more locations. We don't have enough. We don't have
access
at all. So we should have. To even get that place, someone had to direct me.
Yeah.
Back then, that was 7 years ago.
Right.
But they are doing a good job there.
Thank you.
Thank you
so
Mr.
much.
Moda, I'll call you later. Bye.
All right. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of our challenges.
Let's talk about the 6-year-old kid, the caller that said, he was wondering whether weight could be a factor or it's just a delayed speech, and he was wondering what he could do.
Weight is not one of the factors, and but from what he has described, he was telling me that he has limited vocabulary. So meaning he use simple short sentences when trying to communicate.
He said it wasn't clear, that anytime he speaks, he doesn't speak clearly.
Doesn't speak clearly. Yeah, that's another type of speech defect.
Okay.
So when a child is not speaking clearly, we can be having words like "you want to rat." The child tells you what. You understand? For banana, the child says "nyanya." You understand those words, and it will be limited from what he has described. It's not going to give you a complete sentence. So if you are not somebody that is familiar to that boy or a careful listener, you won't understand what he's saying. There will be difficulty in what he's telling you. So it needs to come for an assessment. He can visit us at the hospital so that we can give him an accurate diagnosis. I cannot be diagnosing in absentia.
That's right, in absentia. That's right. So at age 6, is it still possible to correct the...
Yeah, it's possible at age 6. Yes.
Okay.
It's not too late. We can still do one or two things for him.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to telephone. I have messages on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Good morning to you.
Good morning. My name is John.
Welcome, Mr. John.
I must say thank you to you and the specialist there. Thank you very much for this opportunity. So, I have a son of 4 years and 3 months old. So his case is a bit related to the last caller.
Okay.
His speech is not that clear. Now there are times he makes clear statements you clearly hear, but sometimes he pronounces some words and are not clear. So we have to listen again or ask, what did you say before we now understand what he actually means. Now, okay, so I heard the specialist there talk about an opening in the mouth. Okay, maybe I should just let you know that when he was about 2 years old, he lost one of his teeth by falling on the tile. So the tooth removed. So that opening has been there till now. Could that be the reason, or are there any other things we need to do? Do we need to come to consult you? And then lastly, is it possible for us to have the contact of this specialist, or how can we get to your office?
Oh, of course.
Please help. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. Please hold. I'm right here already, so let's pick with her. Then we head out to a break. Then we'll come back and attend to those. Amolara, morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry.
Yes, please.
This delay speech, I want to ask if it has nothing to do with genotype as well. Because I have a girl, 3 years. She can't say anything. She can point. Maybe she wants to drink. She'll cough to show the sign she wants to drink. Toilet, touch her vagina or something. But she can't talk. She has delay in walking as well. She walked around 2 years plus. Now she's 3 years plus. She can't talk, but she can communicate very well. She hears everything. But now I'm thinking like maybe it's because of the genotype. I think it's S something. Like it's not SS, but S something. I don't know.
Okay.
That is S. I forgot the genotype. But the question is, can it have anything to do with the genotype?
Genotype.
And how can we help her?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Amolara. We may not be able to take the two, but we have about 2 more minutes to go. Can you take the two in 2 minutes?
Let me summarize.
Okay.
Okay, let me start from Momolara's own. Okay, you know what you have just described now. There's an issue with the brain development before and after birth now. You are saying your child did not work on time.
Yeah.
That's
what she said.
Yeah, she didn't work on time. And the issue of genotype is another thing again. They are associated disorders that can cause speech delay in children. So all you need to do is to bring her down for proper assessments at her center where we can diagnose and tell you the treatment plan to be put in place for your child. Then the last speaker,
age 4.
He's still talking about delayed language too. On the part of his son being having expressive skill delay.
Right.
It's still the same thing. You still need to be talking to him, then you bring him down for assessment. Let's reevaluate so that we can also put him on a plan too.
Do you think most of the issues that we have, I mean, look, parents will always be worried. No matter how they're busy or anything, they will always it's knowing or do or why
are you losing weight? Yeah. You eating? No, it's not your business.
That money, the pass is good. That finally. We should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer her prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like not prayer. That is Nigerian mentality. If you're not finding happiness in your home, you pray.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
The commute. Jasmine is running late for work, but she supports her immune system with Immune Active for whatever her day brings. Immune Active contains essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin C, zinc, and selenium that supports her immune system and keeps her active all day. Just another day at the office. Don't lose your guard. Activate your immune system with Immune Active. Available at all pharmacies nationwide and online at www.oaklifevitamins.com.
When the world looks at my child, they just see an energetic 8-year-old. But I see more. My Lucy is going to become captain of our school volleyball team, keep excelling in class, and do great things one day. I see a champion. So when I give her Milo with her breakfast every day, it's all part of waking up that champion in her.
Don't just wake up your child. Wake up the champion in her. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
You summon the oracle now. Greetings, my king. How can the oracle serve you? You will tell me the secret to your power. How did that keke move without a driver? My secret is the power of 5G. Tell me more about the power of 5G. With hyper-fast internet speed, slow to zero lag and buffering, multiple connections and quality data sharing, 5G will give you amazing things like remote surgeries, self-driving vehicles, file downloads at 2 GB per second, smart homes, instant language translation, and so much more. 5G's amazing technology will change the way we experience life and the internet. Get ready to encounter the incredible. And remember, no be juju, now MTN 5G.
Waiting you sabi about the beautiful game. You dey there for the life and style. Fantasy leagues, bass goals, ginger and okpo. Breaking down the stats even to the MVPs. Taking no L's and only for the W's. I beg. Then Showmax Pro get news for you. Football season is back. Live, e-choke. Watch the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A. Anywhere on any screen. Mad, oh. Stream the action action from Super Sport, live on Showmax Pro. Sign up at showmax.com.
Football don't start again, no. To the score goal too, don't start. Play, argument, plus the quarter then we follow, don't start too. Grip body them. Plus calculation like, who they win? What will be the score? Plus plenty excitement. All of them don't start again, no. So therefore, BetKing they summer you Obonga boosted odds and correct cash outs to they celebrate your win. Plus accumulator bonus for all your selection them. What do they wait for now? Make you go do your betting for betking.com so that you can begin battle your football selling again.
That feeling? That's BetKing.
Get 70% off. Say what? 70%?
Everyone loves massive discount because it either helps them save money or get more from their budget. But sadly, every day isn't Christmas. Unless like me, you've got to have the higher Temitope Gen Power Inverter Air Conditioner that helps me save 70% on my electricity consumption. I even enjoy multiple ACs when I'm on Gen. That's less bills and more comfort every single day. So, what will you do with your 70% saving?
Get the higher thermal Gen Power Inverter Air Conditioner. That's a whopping 70% electricity saver. That's less bills, more comfort. Higher thermal, always there for you.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is here. Excitement is in the air. You've been waiting for this, and now it's time to experience it. You could win a trip to the FIFA World Cup plus other amazing prizes when you spend a minimum of 50,000 naira monthly or $1,000 with your Visa card in at least 5 transactions. Get ready. Football lives here wherever you are. T&Cs apply. Visit visa.com.ng for more. Visa, official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
It's time to take the lead.
Purpose is an automatic eliminator.
This September, join Dr. Darius Daniel, Pastor Keon Henderson, Pastor Ifeanyi Ade Farrison, Bishop Wayne Malcolm, and your host, Pastor Paul Ade Farrison, at the 2022 Word Conference, the Rock Cathedral, House on the Rock, Lekki, Lagos.
Until your purpose is discovered, you are unaware of your leadership.
Remember, Thursday, 29th of September to Sunday, 2nd of October, at the Rock Cathedral, Lekki. House on the Rock, home for all.
What gave you the audacity? I say, what gave you the temerity?
Oga contractor, why all this big grammar today?
Don't mind this yes site manager. I tell him, say from now on, he must wait for me to come open all the Lafarge cement bags before them begin work. Him not the year war.
Oga, you self want job better inside the Lafarge win better season 1 promo.
See you. Who not like better thing?
Yes, so Lafarge win better season 1 promo don't land from now till October 2022. When you buy Lafarge cement, check inside the bag for your scratch card. Scratch am, anything you see, now your luck be that. If you see recharge card, top up your airtime instant. But if you see Tierobaka, keke, TV, generator, industrial fan, DSTV, Go TV, bag of rice, and other better things, call the number on top your scratch card. We go deliver your gift to you sharply. Oh yeah, call your retailer, begin buy Lafarge cement, make you the win go. See posters for more tori. Terms and conditions apply, sha.
Lafarge, building progress for people and for we planet.
No matter what gets in the way of your dreams, HP's new lab systems features with disruption and camera capabilities for seamless online collaboration with classmates and the performance to create show-stopping assignments and projects. The HP Pavilion Laptop 14 DV0128NIA with its Windows 10 operating system is available at all SPAR stores. Call 0708 065 3800 or visit any SPAR store around you for more information. Look for Windows, HP laptops for tomorrow's success.
My guy, waiting the bath now. Almost you don't see the result. Can't know this one thing, no, but trust you, Nana. One parallel. How you doing now? Fine, I be fine. Now, so small house party go in place tomorrow. Jubo Kese go expect you for you tomorrow.
What time?
6 p.m. sharp.
Why you the rush talk now?
See, my credit goes finish. My credit goes finish.
For this glue economy, now your credit they finish.
I beg send me another thing.
Oh, gas speedometer. No need to rush your call. Buy Glow SIM. When you subscribe to Glow, 11 come per second. Now to the make calls for as low as 11 come per second to all networks. It is available to new and existing subscribers. Terms and conditions they shall.
Unlimited.
The FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022 is here. Excitement is in the air. You've been waiting for this, and now it's time to experience it. You could win a trip to the FIFA World Cup when you spend a minimum of $5,000 or 2.5 million naira monthly with your Polaris Visa card. Get ready Football lives here, wherever you are. T's and C's apply. Visit Polaris Bank Limited on Facebook and Instagram for more info. Visa, official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022.
Looking for a vehicle to rent for that trip? Find great choices on the Urban Fleet app. Get the app from your app store and on www.urbanfleet.biz.
Football's biggest season is here, and DSTV is the stadium with all the action. Enjoy every single match from the FIFA World Cup, the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the UEFA Europa League, and the UEFA Champions League. That's all the stars from around the world in every competition that matters. Get DSTV HD decoder, dish plus 1 month compact subscription now for 12,000 naira only, and be part of sports' biggest stadium. Only on DSTV. T's and C's apply.
Enjoy the creamy coffee taste of Cowbell coffee. Round the clock, it's really delicious. Taste it and you will love it. Cowbell coffee. Taste the creamy side of coffee.
Babe, could you renew my Airtel data subscription?
Of course, darling. Anything for you. All you see is me sobbing for babe, but what I see is my wedding day.
The important things in life are powered by data. Dial *141# to choose any data plan that works for you.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
What a decider! What a goal from the boy wonder!
Mavis, this your son will be a football star. When does he train? What time does he even wake up?
Breakfast time. No. He wakes up earlier, but when I give him Milo with breakfast, that's when I see that the champion in him is awake.
Don't just wake up your child. Wake up the champion in him. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further. This year, 3 lucky Zenith Bank Visa card holders will be watching the FIFA World Cup live in Qatar. To stand a chance of winning, just spend up to $1,000 or 500,000 naira 4 times. $100 or 50,000 naira 4 times in a month also qualifies you for the monthly draws to win other prizes. Promo runs from 22nd August to 31st December 2022 and is open to new and existing Visa card holders. T's and C's apply. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Oh yes, we're back. Welcome back. It's 8:38 this morning. Oh wow, what a long break. But we're here now. We're here. It's Health Thursday, and we're discussing delayed speech in children this morning. I have Temitope Amodu on the show this morning, and we've been answering your questions on this topic. I think we should go to social media. I have some comments on our live stream. We're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3. That's how you can watch us live, and you can see my guest in the studio. And by the way, maybe I should do the proper thing by telling you that my guest is the head of department of speech pathology and special education department, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital Yaba, the Oshodi Annex. That's what she does. She's been doing this for 18 years. 18 years. Oh wow, that's a long time.
Born special teacher.
Right
from my grade 2 years.
You've always been a special Teacher.
I've been a teacher.
You've been a teacher.
From grade 2. NTI in those days.
Yeah.
If you are not there, you are not
Teacher
a teacher yet.
Okay.
And, so
I mean, what okay, I think we're going to do personality interview later. Because I was wondering, like, why did you decide to go into special education, all of these areas, special needs? But we'll do that later. I know that will not end if we start that. And we have parents. We have parents here waiting. So let's go to, let's start with YouTube. Lawrence says, my son started at age of 2. Sometimes I don't understand what he says at then, but his siblings understand and interpret it to me. And that's what he said, that his son started talking at the age of 2. But then let's take another one here from Reddington, who says, my son doesn't talk. He only sings Coco Melon songs and recite 1 to 10. But he didn't state the age. He didn't state. Oh, he said it's 3 years.
Okay.
That he will be 3 years in January. That's next year.
Next year. Okay. We still need to talk to him or her. Him, yeah, he said my son. Let's be looking at it. Probably there is a delay because he's talking. He said he sings. How audible is it? Is it well pronounced? We don't know that now. That means he's talking.
And the guy recites 1 to 10. That's talking, right?
That's talking. If you can recite 1 to 10, you are talking.
But why is he not interacting? I guess that's what he's saying.
We don't know what is happening. That is why I said I can't diagnose or assess in absentia.
Yeah.
It has to be here.
Okay. Oluwasegun Matthew on YouTube says, is it that male children have delayed speech build-up compared to female children?
In research, it's more common in boys.
Okay.
From research.
Is there a thing that the research, pointed at as to why this is so?
It's still unknown. It is only linked or associated to other childhood disorders.
Yeah. Okay. Let's head back to the telephone. We'll come to Facebook to come and take your reactions. We have a few more on YouTube, but let's go to the telephone. 0700 993 993 993. Okay, we lost that. Let's take another one. Nigeria Info, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Olaiwola. I'm calling from today.
Welcome.
So I just want to give kudos to Ms. Amodu in your studio.
Okay.
And I appreciate all she's doing. Okay. That's just us.
Did you know her personally?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Oh, Ikorodu, you people are Ikorodu people now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Victor from Ikorodu.
You work? Ikorodu, okay.
I don't know.
My son is 4 years and 3 months, I think, yes.
4 years, 3 months, okay.
And he has been finding it difficult to talk. Though, if I sit him down and I pronounce the word for him, he will barely say it. And sometimes he finds it difficult to also construct sentences. Okay. And we've been struggling with this thing for probably from the age of 2.
Okay.
I realized when he started school, he's doing well, but we stopped for like a year.
Okay.
And since then, he has been finding it difficult to talk. And I also noticed there was a time I take him to a place for holiday. Okay. I realized it changed a little bit. And that's just a challenge.
Stay on the line, please. Don't go. Do you have a question for him?
Yes, for his son, he needs to be assessed. We don't know. He said for a time he was talking and he was no longer talking again. So that has to do with coordination from the brain to the mouth now. Something is wrong somewhere, which is the more reason why it needs to be assessed very well. Are you getting me now?
All right. Okay. Then. All right. Thank you. Nuru, I think, is here. Good morning to you. Is it Nuru or Nuru? Please turn off your radio. I'm sure you were told to turn off your radio. So I have to hang up now. I'm sorry. You need to call back once your radio is off. Please do that, and we will take you. Okay? We'll expect your call. Let's take another call now. Good morning to you. Nigeria Info, good morning. Morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Sheriff.
Morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, your guest. My name is Igwe Victor.
Welcome.
Good morning.
my contribution is your guest is doing a wonderful job. Actually, I want to contribute on the fact that most times there are factors we may not really understand what is going on in children when we expect them to talk. Personal experience I had or I have is that, I told my wife I want us to speak Igbo to our child, my first son.
I was going to come to that actually.
So I said it's an exclusive issue. I want to speak indigenous language to him so that by the time he goes to school, he will speak English and interact with his colleagues with English and the other things. So at a point, I realized by the time we expected him to start speaking, there was delay. So along the line, I discovered it was as a result of confusion. He was confused that is it Igbo he will speak? Is it the normal language people speak in this
in the school?
At the end of the day, by the time he is 2 years plus, he now speaks. He can understand, he can speak Igbo, he can speak English. So I want to make people to understand that based on the multiplicity of languages, it brings confusion in the brain of a child. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Temitope, you talk on that, but Annabelle is here already. Let's speak with Annabelle, then we'll come to that language issue. Good morning to you, Annabelle.
Good morning. My name is Annabelle.
You're welcome.
Okay, I'm from Ikorodu. And my daughter is 3 years old. Okay. I started noticing that she stopped. She said she didn't know how to talk from 2 years. So went through different series of tests and we found out that she's having loss of hearing. Okay. So we're advised to get hearing aid for her. But in this country, getting hearing aid is quite expensive. The information we got from the private sector was 2 million. Later we were asked to go to the Ace Hospital, which is Lasso. They were giving us cost for 800,000. And the one for 800,000 is the trial error thing is not straightforward. So I don't know if she can advise us. Yeah. I don't know if she can advise us a better way to go about it, because at her age, the only thing she says is Nesta. Is her brother's name. And the reason why she's saying that is because that's, he's a boy who keeps shouting the name. So I think that's the only thing she picked. So sometimes she will say daddy, after some time it will fade. So when she's backing you, if you call her name, she won't hear you very well until you shout, then she will not respond.
Right.
So I don't know if she can advise us on how to go about the hearing aid, because in this country, I don't think there's any plan for it. There are so many children going through these challenges.
That's right. Annabelle, thanks for calling. Yeah?
Okay, thank you, Annabelle. The hearing aid.
Yeah.
It comes in different on the high side. You understand? But it depends. You have to go back to your audiologist. Are we having bilateral hearing loss in the child now? So if it is for both ears, meaning you have to pay 800,000. For a single ear, it's 400,000 or 500.
Okay.
Then we have sometimes MTN. We have organizations that donate. We have MTN Foundation. Yes.
Yeah.
We have. Then we have for cochlear implant. So you still have to go back to lawsuits.
Okay. They would better advise on what to do.
Then for some parents that their children are already having good auditory level training, they can assimilate sounds at different levels. They tell them they want to dispose this. So you can negotiate. We have it. Maybe you can call me after the show. Then
is it corrective, or they're just gonna stay on it? The hearing aid, is it corrective?
It depends on the degree of the hearing in that child. So I can't actually say that now. I'm a speech pathologist, not an audio. But we work together.
Yeah, but it is another area I want to come in is she says something like try and error of some sort. I don't understand what she meant by that. But I'm guessing that you have an idea.
She let her go for proper evaluation.
Okay.
You understand? So she's only guessing. She has not even done it. She has not bought it.
Oh, okay.
So that's why she's saying try and error. Let her go for proper evaluation. We have so many centers where you can do it. The government hospital and the private hospital and even private centers. We have audiologists all over. You can contact me. The association is speech pathologist and audiologist. We work together. That is why we call it SPAN. Yes, speech pathologist and audiologist. At a certain time, you have to specialize in the one you want.
Okay.
If you choose to be a speech pathologist, fine. And if you choose to be an audiologist, fine. But these things are linking each other. So if your child is having hearing loss, that child will also have what we call speech delay.
Right.
So you can see everything is connected.
Everything is connected.
Yeah.
Then about the language thing at home.
Okay, bilingualism in the house.
Let's quickly touch on it.
Yeah, it's true. For some children, they tend to be confused when they want to talk.
Yeah.
You are speaking Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba in that same home. So the child will be confused at the initial stage.
Right.
But by the time as a family you decided that, okay, let's continue, let's speak just one language, the child will pick up. That is if there is no history or there are no childhood disorders that are present or occurring in that child.
Right.
If you have an associated disorder, that child may still have delayed speech and language. But if there's none, then we are good to go with that child. The child will pick up on time.
So all my lines are still blinking, as you can see. I have tons of messages online as well, I can see here. Even my guys are showing me questions that I should take. They've taken over the mouse from my hand now. They're saying I should read this one. Okay, let me read. Since people have taken over the mouse now from your office there, that's how our system works. They can actually take over all of these things in the studio. Shabo says, Dada says, what's this? I have a son who is having difficulty in pronunciation, but the mother is in Benin City. How can we get there? Your office do you have an office in Edo State?
No, but we have a speech therapist in Edo State.
Okay.
My own office is in Lagos here.
Okay.
But my colleagues.
Yeah. You have contact with your colleagues.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is, you people should leave my mouse alone now. Let me read what I want to read and stop moving this thing. So what we're going to do is, we're out of time, right? Please briefly share your contact.
Okay.
So that anybody anywhere in Nigeria that needs the services of your help or in getting contact of pathologists or audiologists in their own location can reach out to you.
Okay.
Please share if you can.
Okay, 080 35 10 7920.
Please take that slowly.
080 35 10 7920.
Temitope Amodu is a very busy person. I would have loved to have her again next week, at least to answer some of these thoughts instead of my people hijacking my mouse. Would have, Abby? Can we do it next week?
No problem. For my children.
This is me using reverse psychology.
Now, always do anything for my children. It's my passion. I love what I do.
Thank you so much. We'll have you again next week. I can't wait, because I have tons of questions on Facebook. That's why my people had to, with the tea break. Thank you so much, Temitope Amodu.
Yeah, thank you.
That's our show this morning. Feta is here to also take over from me. Once Feta is done, we'll have some commercials for you, after which, of course, we'll bring you Daily Digest with Jimmy Disu. Feta, it's
This is an infomercial.
Good morning.
And I want to assume that you would run, because I want to give the listeners context for the conversation.
In 2019, you were running late to Atiku Abubakar. What did you learn then that you will not repeat this time?
Yes, when is the president coming out to address us?
There's a few things. One, I have a burden and a passion for young people.
The fact that you have elected a man does not mean then you begin to order him around. The president will do whatever is good for the country at any given time.
Mr. Adeshino, isn't the president responsible to the people?
What should the next president do to root out stakeholders who are complicit?
You fire those that need to be fired are fired. It's looking like a brand new Chelsea, attacking with so much fluidity. And what can you say about that, Martin? I know you follow Chelsea quite closely.
I live close to the Chelsea training ground. That's what you mean by that. I'm not.